I want you to meet somebody. Interesting guy. Greg Musselman.
Greg, a former sportscaster and St. Albert resident, produces media reports for a world organization, the Voice of the Martyrs. It occurs in countries where those who openly practice Christianity are persecuted. Through the politics of religion in some Middle East and African countries, he risks personal danger by conducting this kind of work.
So, yes, I do fear at times for my life. There's no question about it. But I also believe that this is what I'm called to do. And when my time is up, it's up. This is in Baghdad, Iraq, and this was just last year. And every time we went out, we had to travel with 6 security guys that were trained by the U.S. military.
What stories do they have to tell, and why is it important that their stories be told?
Well, the thing that's pretty shocking, to most people is they don't realize that more than 100,000 Christians are killed every year for their faith in 40 to 60 nations. It's really a genocide really being committed against Christians.
So he travels the world and creates awareness through television, radio, public speaking, and printed word.
But yet I'm able to go in and try to be as low-key as possible, and we have to take, many precautions when we interview these people. The last thing we want to do is put them at risk. Some of us have been taken into custody in places like China, called into the secret police in Iraq. Why are you guys here? Sometimes it does lead to some problems, but our main concern is not to put the people that we're trying to help in even more danger than they're already in.
Greg's videos are seen around the world and are translated into different languages. He speaks in churches and at conferences about Christian martyrs. He's covered those issues in 40 countries.
Well, the worst country in the world to be a Christian is North Korea, under the bizarre dictatorship of the Kim family. And you're only allowed to worship the Kim family. And so Christians are caught because they worship Jesus. Still, he continued to share the gospel. I do produce the videos, and I also take the scripts and I turn them into newsletter articles. I also wrote a book called Closer to the Fire, where I took, over a period of 10 years, the dozens and dozens of stories of persecuted Christians and put it into a book. There's that, and then there's also radio. We have Christian radio stations right across Canada, and we do 1-minute spots that air on the stations, and then also bring an awareness. People, they come to church and they want to, hear a good message, and I totally understand that. But I mean, these kids, like this particular fella here, he had a number of members of his family killed, and then they took a machete to him. And I mean, they left these people just, massacred. Pastor Sanji Vulu had been warned. Still, he continued to share the gospel and hold prayer. I think in some of my deepest, darkest moments when, you're totally racked with discouragement and you feel like you may be falling apart, you think about, the good that you're doing.
Musselman's conviction can't be denied, nor can his unique role in humanities. For Go Edmonton, I'm Tim Dancy.